Alright, here we are, and I am speaking into the void right now, but, well, sometimes someone might want to watch this. So we have just, I believe, at the end of the last one, gotten to the round 0. And since we're talking topology, they were mentioning topology, I want to add a little of my own thoughts about what's going on, because this game is weird and it's fun to speculate. So, here's the world. Take a look. It's a little strip. Here are highways, which go this way and that way. I'm gonna do a Mobius strip. I'm gonna take this strip of paper, twist one side halfway. Let's see if I can make this work, I promise. How do we do this? People have probably seen this before. And there. You look close, my camera's not great. Here's a Mobius strip. I start here, drive around, and soon I'm on the other side. I get to all sides by driving it. So I think this is the Route 0. It's a Mobius strip. We're on one side of the world, but if we fought long enough, we end up on the other. And that's a basic topology. The game mentioned topology. That's why I think this is where it's going. But let's find out together. I finished chapter 1. Let's do chapter 2. Act 2, sorry. Not chapter. Play. Launching. Attention. Lula Chamberlain. RE, your application. Thank you for your application to the Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture's annual fellowship. We received a record number of applications this year, over 100 in total, and regrettably we can award only one fellowship position per year. As you know, our review process includes a multi-phase blind committee analysis of portfolio submissions, as well as a careful review by a panel of subject matter experts on each applicant's notability and relevance in the field. No one writes badly overworded rejections like Gaston. We must be extremely selective in our process so as to maintain the standards we've established over our 35 years in operation. Our panel did not select your application. Just get to the point, guys. We encourage you to consider reapplying next year. Many young artists and architects reapply for a few successive years before being accepted. Sincerely, Dr. Carl Stone Norden, architect, Gaston Trust for Imagined Architecture. Oh, more topology and more of sort of Lovecraft style thing about non-Euclidean geometry, which is probably where they're going. I doubt Lovecraft really understood what he was writing about all that well. Below the print text, a hastily handwritten note. Note, sorry for the condescending form letter. Love your work. Unfortunately, I just do the mail here. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Your obedient servant, Robert. Lula throws her in the wastebasket. Lula folds the letter up and puts in her handbag. I'll keep it. I like that part at the bottom. Okay. A folder on desk little proposals or a folder of writing paper? Let's do writing paper. Let's draw some stuff. Quietly. Dearest Robert, thank you for your kind note. Or, attention, Dr. Stoneman, RE, your own imagination. No. That looks like that looks pretty hostile. I think I'll go with this one. I'll say something nice. Though it has been years since my name appeared in a gallery program, except as an occasional dusty curiosity in the group show or as the impertinent subject of some misguided retrospective, I continue to... Something, gratitude. Yours in situ, Lula. Rick clears his throat. Busy? It's not important. Oh, okay, great, really great. I mean, sorry, that's not what I meant. Did you get my note? office party? I'm going stag. Oh yeah, I didn't mean... Hey, I'm probably not going anyway. Let's do, a lot of drafts, so... Did he ask her out? I don't know. So, how did your application go? I was in the mailroom and I saw you got a letter back. Sorry, I don't mean to pry, I just saw. It's fine, Rick. I'm not going anywhere. How's your goldfish? How's your goldfish? There's some great office chatter. Act 2, Scene 1. Oh, so that wasn't a scene. That was, I don't know, Scene 0. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Oh, now we're back with my earlier characters. This does remember what I was doing earlier. Get a good rest in the truck. Yeah, I know you love a drive. Wind in your ears. Yeah, I saw you back there, dude. Didn't we just pass this place? I get it, it's a Mobius strip. We're doing the same thing. I don't think the Zero operates like the roads we're used to. I don't understand it either. So what is this place? I mean, it looks like an office building, but they said it was a cathedral. That's interesting. It looks like an office building. Yeah, an office building in a cathedral. Weird. This is weird, but do you think we're inside or outside right now? Both. Oh, this topology stuff is so good. Okay, very poetic. Maybe someone around here has a better sense of direction. I don't see the cathedral. We can go inside. End of the line? It's still under construction. Well, work seems to have stopped for the moment. Yeah. This game does not agree with the Jordan curve theorem, which, as I understand it, the Jordan curve theorem is if you draw a curve that's closed, it'll always, in two-dimensional space, it'll always divide into an inside and an outside, which is apparently incredibly hard to prove. Okay, I can't go down the stairs. I was hoping double-click will make me go faster, but no, I guess I still have a one leg. It's over here. No? Behind the truck. I hear them. There's pickaxes or something. Okay, I can walk past in this direction. There's a bell. Can I go down the stairs? No, I'm not allowed to go down the stairs. Let's ring the bell. Oh, I can see. Oh, that must be Lula. I'll bet that's Lula up there. Yeah, you can see my cursor. Receptionist. Sorry. Mary Ann. Well, here you are. Better late than never, I guess. Just unload the whiskey over there by the elevator. I'll figure something out. We're actually a bit lost, ma'am. You're lost. So you're not the... Sorry, honest mistake. We're supposed to have a little celebration here at the office, but the whiskey never showed up. I saw your truck and thought... And you don't really look like one of the boys from the distillery anyway. What is this place? What is this? Well, it's clear you're new to this territory. I expect you just need to be passing through. That's the idea. It always is. Are we in purgatory? We're going to need to talk to someone upstairs about that. One of the map clerks. First, we've got to get you in the system. Putting the appointment of the ingestion clerks. Now let's see. I mean, this is a star-shaped world where there's one point in the middle that everyone has to go through to get from one side to the other. I'm using a lot of mathematical terms here. Rick has booked proofreading drafts all afternoon, and Wanda's out on a site. Let me go make some calls and see if they have anyone free. There are some books around the waiting area. Why don't we just take a look around? We've seen our grotesques. Television's playing what looks like a nature documentary. A hermit crab skulls across the beach. It shows an awkward shape. Must have once belonged to a different crab. Yeah, that's how they work. The television's playing cartoon about a bird. Cartoon bird uses this bird's nest. A scarf, a plastic shopping bag, with the young girl's hair. The nest is warm, precariously fragile. Blackness is another topological and witness. Television playing a silent video of an empty theater. Microphone sits in the middle of the stage. The lights are slightly dim. The speakers hum impatiently. The television is playing a closed-circuit security feed of a housing project. Switches mechanically between locations, a hallway, disused plot of grass, a stairwell, a mailbox. The static is so loud I have to yell just to make sure our voice will go over the... She didn't say how the books in a waiting area. Is there... Don't you say waiting area, or do I have to talk about it? Staring at me like, what are y'all doing over there? 3 books are piled on the table. A service manual for a sewage pump, architectural plans for a bungalow, and a slim collection of Japanese death haiku. Envelopes retrieved from the bottom of the stack. Let's pick up the envelope. The envelope reads Bureau of Secret Tourism. In several small handwritten brochures with ritualistic directions to bizarre locations. Secret tourism. Let's see if the box is moron. Okay. But yeah, think about the elevator. It's like what is closeness? If you're measuring in 3 dimensions, you would say the place on the first floor and the place on the 4th floor are very far apart. But you don't have to think of it that way because the elevator. Within the elevator is just being one point that connects all the others. So the place next to the elevator on the 4th floor and the place next to the elevator on the 1st floor are actually right next to each other. There's almost no distance between them. Oh good, I thought you left. You're making me so impatient. You never know. Well, I have you meeting with Lula Chamberlain. She's a senior clerk who doesn't usually handle the ingestion process, but she's the only one with room on her plate this evening. My schedule says you're on the 5th floor. We're doing some diagrams. The elevator's just back to the left there. 5th floor. And from a game design perspective, that's also true. That you're not really designing a 3-dimensional space. You're designing a bunch of flat areas with little, essentially warp points between them, even if... it's or the opposite. If they're saying in a real elevator, it's supposed to give the illusion that it's flat, where it's really three-dimensional, but in a game, you're supposed to give the illusion it's three-dimensional, but really it's just a bunch of flat spaces. She's on the 5th floor, right? Conway scans a column of elevator buttons. 5th floor, diagrams and drafts. Ooh, let's be nosy. 3rd floor, bears. What? Okay, let's go through all of them. Okay, 1st floor, clerk's offices. Hello, are you lost? Very much so, yes. Okay, well, let's keep pointing in the right direction then. It's a pretty straightforward process. First, you need to get a case number assigned. Talk to Clerk Metstein about that. She's just over there at the end of the room. Happy to help. Okay. Hi, how are you? Fine, thanks. I just need your ingestion card and a list of your last 5 permanent addresses. I don't think I've had 5 permanent addresses. Oh, my sheet has 5 address boxes. It says to fill everything out. They just write the last one twice. If you had a transient subsheet, you could still get it processed. Go talk to Clerk Bum and he'll set you up with one. Clerk Bum is just over there in the corner. Happy to help. Wow, this is ridiculous. I gotta see where this goes. Howdy. Here for a transient sheet? No problem. He rummages through some papers on his desk. Happy to help. He opens a few folders and quickly closes them. Looks like I'm out, but I know there are some back in the archive. You have to put in a special request for the clerk to fill in. See the documents are. This is like the Ikaru. Straight back into the office there by the file cabinets. I gotta see how this ends. Alright, Clerk Millen. Documents request. Put transient subsheet, please. Happy to help. Please put your requisition form in the inbox and we'll get to it as soon as possible. Requisition form? Yes, you don't have one? Shouldn't be a problem. They're quite easy. Just ask Clerk Metstein and lead you short. We went in a circle. Requisition form? No problem. I'll just need your ingestion card part. I'll clear my own. Yeah, alright, let's go. Oh, sure. That's her in the cardigan. Wait, I thought she was on the 5th floor. Having fun in the paper department? Well, you made it eventually. I'm exhausted after my seat. My ankles are turning on me. Arthritis? Dr. Truman says my joints are eroding one another. They've been collaborating for decades. I naturally want to kill each other now. What about my hateful wrists and ankles? This concrete bunker is an office, just a waypoint for you, I'm sure. Where's he trying to go? Trouble navigating to Zero. Just navigating, apropos of nothing? Zero doesn't work like other roads. You can't just drive and try to find yourself somewhere. You must be more deliberate than when driving on surface roads. And in a way, much less deliberate. We're looking for Dogwood Drive. Dogwood Drive. That's funny, you used to live on a Dogwood Drive. This was years ago, a grimy old house, basement full of insects, attic full of birds. I had a few roommates. We all worked at the university. I had a dog. I drank whiskey and beer and made sculptures. But that dogwood was a surface road. A name like that, it would have to be. What are you doing up on the Zero? My cousin Weaver sent us this way. Your cousin Weaver? Weaver Marquez? I didn't expect to hear from her again. What does that mean? We used to exchange short emails, just these terse descriptions of things we saw throughout the day. It was sort of a joke between us. But they stopped. I assumed you found something better to do with their time. Hope she wasn't in trouble. I lost touch with her so suddenly. I had recommended she go see some old friends of mine at the university about a new acoustic surveying venture. I often worry she became wrapped up in some tenured professor's quixotic research project. You know the type. Gray-haired, intellectual, narcissistic. Well, that is... I guess she sent you here because she respected me, thought I could help. Clear as a dear, girl, but I'm afraid you've been misled. Excuse me. But where's the Dogwood Drive you lived on? Maybe it's the same one. No, it's not possible. The Dogwood Drive I lived on is now called Pale Dogwood Drive. They've renamed all the streets, you see. Too many streets with the same names. It was never a problem before. But now I have these databases, and it's all too confusing for the computer. The computer has no sense of ambiguity, so it proclaims an error. Name collisions, they call them. So my Dogwood Drive is Pale Dogwood Drive, another might be Large Leaf Dogwood Drive, or Himalayan Flowering Dogwood Drive, and so on. But one of them is still just Dogwood Drive, or so we might hope. It's really a matter of consulting records, of which we have an abundance here. Where's the computer? Computer? Oh, that's all handled off-site. We write up a formal request for analysis, provide the necessary data, and then send the whole thing out by courier. On punch cards, no doubt. So first, you'll need the data. I expect you'll find the road name change logged up in archives and records, 4th floor. We found under O for odonyms, probably, or G for generic, maybe S for specific, depending on which part of the street name was changed. Odonyms? I don't know. I'm confused though, because I thought I had to go to the 5th floor, and this was on the 1st floor, but yeah, let's go through it anyway. Archives and records is the next thing. Archives and records, so 4th floor. But I don't want to. Let's see what's on the 2nd floor. Conference room. Don't worry, we'll get there. I'll probably make us go to all of them. I can see the next floor up, and I'm eager to get there, but let's deal with this one first. Let's have it stare. Oh, this is awkward. Yes, I did that one time when I walked into another teacher's class while they were having class, and back over here. And I thought I had permission, but I didn't, and everyone was just staring at me awkwardly while I didn't know. An organ? Freebird! He's grilling. It's a guy in a bathing suit grilling in front of an organ, I guess. Where's not bad. Oh, that's an achievement. A parade of disconnected images, obscure corners of nameless interiors, astronomical What? Oh. What? No, oh shoot, Maine. Okay. So, yeah. Well... So in conclusion, bears. Organ's a little loud. I had to turn that down. It started to... Let's see. Alright. Archives and records. Documents. Damn, this place is a mess. Okay. Take a look through that logbook, I guess. Maybe there's some kind of system to all these boxes. I'll just start digging. The small logbook has a smart leather cover. A few notes are scribbled on the inside covers. Most pages are a list of titles, names, and dates. Let's see. Inside back cover. I don't know why. Note logbook. Failing antique shops. Folder missing? List checked on page 63 but not present. Alright. Inside front cover. Document staff, please do not transfer any more records from the storage unit until we get all the new file cabinets in. We're up to F, and that will have to do for now. Instruct clerks to focus on activities beginning with letter A, B, C, D, E, or F, or activities most likely involve research on subjects beginning with those letters. For example, cars is okay because it involves automotive, driving, brakes, etc., but air quality is not okay because it relates to health, safety, pollution, etc. Page 1. Several documents related to sporting competition venues were quickly checked out and back in. The organ stopped. Whew. Over a period of a few days, basketball courts, baseball fields, alleys, and parking lots. Page 14. A single set of documents related to coal mining operations was checked out and back in by several different people within a few hours. Page 63. Check in. Failing antique shops. Monday, 3 p.m. SCENEI Ed Boom. I don't know how to pronounce German things. I'm guessing Boom. Alright, so I've checked everything. Nothing? Me neither. Half these boxes aren't even labeled, and the rest are all from the first letters of the alphabet. Couldn't find anything with an O or G or an S. Maybe that clerk knows somewhere else we can look. Maybe. Alright, let's see what's up the stairs. Top floor. Okay, her office on there on the first floor. Yeah, but I don't care. I'm checking the 5th floor first. Excuse me. Record player. Some eerie music going. Okay. Hello, Clark. Greg is hard at work examining some diagrams, measuring angles with a plastic protractor and occasionally scribbling numbers in small leather notebook. Can I help you? Don't answer that. I'm extremely busy with these charts. Maybe one of the clerks on the first floor can help you. They're probably just looking at cat pictures. Oh, you poor, long-suffering. first floor. Care office is down the first floor. So let's go back there. Bears. Okay, who did I want to talk to? Was it Lula or was it Ben? Alright, Lula. Nothing? That's unfortunate. Well, they must still be in transit. You see, we've only moved into this new venue somewhat recently. It's all a bit in progress. This was a cathedral not so long ago, can you believe it? And then the Bureau reclaimed it. The old congregation has been directed to one of our storage facilities for their activity. That's where you'll find the street name records, I expect. At the church. Marianne at reception give you directions. Just come back here when you have the files, and we'll begin the necessary paperwork to have the information analyzed. Okay. Well, and while you're on the road, you might want to stop and see Dr. Truman about your leg. He's a specialist regarding ailments of the joints and limbs, and I know he works at night. His home office is in a small neighborhood on the east edge of Bowling Green. Yes. Oh yes, go find a doctor who deals with joint pain in the middle of the night. Sure. Here's his card. Do stop and see him. That leg is a miserable sight. Take care of each other. Alright, let's go back down to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Are those rats? Or what? This crab is wearing an empty jet cartridge shell. Okay, why not? Ride the crab. Can I screenshot this? Save that. I don't know. Marianne. Get what you need? Be straight with me. What is this place? Just another office, lady. Just another job. But you kicked out a congregation to set up your office? I wasn't here for that. But yeah, I get where you're coming from. Still, I wouldn't judge it. I'd seen everything. They've got a new church now. The Bureau set up for them out of some of their old storage space. I'm sure it's very nice. Go see for yourself. Just get back on the zero and drive until you hit the crystal, then turn around. It'll make sense when you're on the road. You can handle it. Okay, drive until you see a crystal and then turn around. Probably because the crystal is a lift or something that links you to another place. Now, then move on. Alright. Oh, this is wild. Whoa, there it is. Okay. Act 2, Scene 2. Yeah, I guess it is. We're on the other side of the world. Maybe. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. The upside down, as Stranger Things would put it. I think. What's that? This crab's wearing a can of spray adhesive as a shell. What about this crab? This crab is wearing a roll of scotch tape as a shell. This crab's wearing a hollowed out plastic radio as a shell. Are we in a new place? Maybe not. Maybe it didn't. It said it was a new scene, so. Alright, let's go back to the archives and records, see if it's different. Okay, I think those directions are wrong. I think I should have just kept going past the crystal, because eventually would have looped to the other side. Again, like a Mobius strip. A Mobius strip. Another person with an umlaut name I'm not sure how to pronounce. What's this crab wearing? This crab is wearing 4 smaller crabs as a shell. Sure, why not? This way this time, but the jaws. Oh, that's cool. The bat wings. The cactus. The lightning bolt. Where is this place going? Sandwich. Icosahedron. More D&D stuff. The cathode ray. Actually, that could be. Maybe that was a shadow of this that we saw earlier. The bottle. Where they lost the 20-side die, I mean, because we just saw one. The TV. How far can we go into the C note? Nice. The pipe organ. The crystal. Then what if I just keep going? I'm back here at the bureau again. Act 2, Scene 3. This is getting a little disturbing. Forever claimed spaces. Oh, Tokyo! Hey, when'd you pop in? Hey, Tokyo's here. Tokyo's here. Yeah, Rin says, hey, they're not in the chat, but they're sitting next to me. Yeah, we are trying to find a cathedral in some sort of otherworldly, extra-dimensional bureaucracy, I guess. This game is weird, but I like it. This crab is wearing an empty inkjet cartridge shell. I saw you earlier. Am I back? Conway skin come of Illyrians. I just love this. Third floor, bears. It's true. I'll show you this because I just find it hilarious. You're in an office building, but you go to the third floor. And, well, they're bears. They're just a bunch of bears that watch you. I don't know why. Yeah. No explanation is given. They're just there. Alright. But yeah, I'm looking for Dogwood Drive. I'm making a delivery, and it's... Well, the whole game seems about trying to navigate this really weird place. Okay, nothing here. Is the music slowing down? Is this guy, Quirk Sam, I believe his name was. Oh, the record player's acting weird. Yeah, he's too busy to talk. Okay, let's go down the stairs again. Go down to the first floor. Will anyone talk to me? Hey, Lola, I got bad directions. You don't know. There's the organ. See the organ up there in the corner? Because it's weird. It's like I went through this whole building, and what they told me was, yeah, this building is inside what used to be a church, and the people, the church, they moved to now what used to be an office building. So I'm trying to find the new location of the church, but I keep going in circles or something. Here's the conference room again. And they all stare at me too. think that there's a parallel here that them and the bears, actually if you look up here and down here, they're like seated in the exact same arrangement and they all stare at you when you walk around. Oh, that's actually kind of funny now that I realize it. And there's the organ again, but it doesn't look like anyone's here this time. Because last time there was a guy in bathing suit who was barbecuing, having a cookout in front of the organ. But he played when I asked him to. And he got really loud. Yeah, the people and the bears are seated in the exact same arrangement. Lobby. This crab is wearing a dense chain of paper clips as a shell. And the receptionist didn't come back, so I've got to try to follow her bad direction some more. Ooh, it's a kitty. And this crab is wearing a manila folder as a shell. I don't think that's very protective. Yeah, they're hermit crabs, so they're all wearing office supplies. This crab is wearing a pencil cup as a shell. Nothing over here, so let's get in the truck. I guess we'll leave. Doesn't seem to be... Alright, let's go this way. So you said, find the crystal and then turn around. I did that and nothing happened. Let's go this way. The crystal. I'm gonna keep going and see what happens. Pipe organ. The staircase. The projector. I think these are different than before, or maybe not. The bell. Yeah, I didn't see these last time I drove this road. Which direction you go changes what's on it. The tree. The sprocket. The anchor. The bicycle. The feather. The wheelbarrow. The antlers. The scarecrow. And the bureau again. Now it's going to say Act 2, Scene 4. See, this is playing with my expectations. I'm expecting if a game says new scene or whatever, that means I'm making progress. But am I? Because I keep ending up at the same exact place every time. And I don't know if anything's changed. If I just get right back in. Right, so as it says, find the crystal and then turn around. So I'm going to go this way. Jaws. The bat wings. The cactus. The lightning bolt. sandwich. The icosahedron. A cathode ray. Cursor is moving on its own. I'm just holding on the mouse button. The bottle. Yeah, I'm not moving the mouse at all. It's just doing this for me. The TV. The C note. The pipe organ. The crystal. Okay, now let's turn around. Can I stop at the crystal by any chance? Oh, there it is. I have to actually click the turn around button. That's the problem. It didn't recognize me as turning around unless I actually clicked the button that said turn around. A staircase. Projector. Yeah, these are different places than before, I think. Are they? The bell. Let's see. The tree. The sprocket. The anchor. Bicycle. The feather. The wheelbarrow. The antlers. The scarecrow. And the bureau. Now let's see what it looks like. Act 2, Scene 5. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. Well, I did what I was told, so things should be different this time. So what I think happened is I will now be on the inside of what was outside, or vice versa. This cat crab is wearing a can of spray adhesive as a shell. So it's a cathedral on the outside and off spilling on the inside. This crab is wearing a roll of scotch tape as a shell. This crab is wearing a hollowed out plastic radio as a shell. What's that one say? Wait, are they books? Oh no, it's the crab again. This crab's wearing 4 smaller crabs as a shell. Again, okay. There were books here earlier, so... Let's see if anything's different. It seems the same. It all says the same stuff. Unless... Can I get to the organist this time? Or see him? You ever have an awkward moment you walk into a crowded place and everyone's just staring at you? I mean, if this is supposed to be a comment about how frustrating it is to deal with corporate bureaucracy, well, well done, because I'm getting pretty frustrated. Ah, a bit warm. Let's see the bears. Come on, click. Yeah. Right, fourth floor. Just stepping aside to open the window. It's kind of warm in here. Oh, never mind. It's already open. And I just imagine someone who's played this game before watching me and just be like, "You idiot, it's so simple, you just have to..." Whatever, click the thing. I'll leave the record player alone this time, maybe. Alright, well, let's go back on the road again. I don't know, it keeps saying it's a new scene. Maybe I just have to keep doing this over and over again until the game rewards me for my patience and perseverance and whatever else. Alright, let's see what happens here. The Jaws. Can I stop at the Jaws? Can I do anything here? No, I cannot. Wait, now it's the Scarecrow. It depends on which direction you're going from. Hey, you're looking kind of tired, old man. Want me to take the wheel for a bit? Yeah, May, that's a good idea. The animal bones. Tunnels. Ooh, now things are different. The brochure for these mossy tunnels recommends taking them as a site for meditation. An introspective labyrinth through which to walk one's concerns slowly, like a breathing exercise. A narrow tunnel extends to right, another to the left. Shoot. Right tunnel. Conway and Shan go right. Conway and Shan crawl on hands and knees where we got out through a slick passageway. The moss is glowing more brightly now. Let's keep going right. A narrow tunnel extends to the right, another to the left. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to make a map. I went right. I went right again. Let's go right yet again. Conway and Shan crawl on hands and knees. Okay, I think we went in a circle. Alright, let's go left. And step out into a large open room. The glow of the moss almost blinding. Left arm, right arm, close eyes. Close eyes. Oh, that was weird. Close our eyes and you're out, and now it's gone. Deja vu. That's odd. What? Just, deja vu. There's just this weird road. No, you're right, just this weird road. Yeah, I don't remember anything like this. Oh, it looks like the underground mine shaft. At least to me it does, because earlier we were underground and there were those buttresses or those curved rib-like things to hold it up. That might be why that's deja vu, because very slowly fading out. And someone was above it, watching. Oh, this game is so weird. The casket. Nothing there. The scarecrow. Turn around. The bat wings. The cactus. The lightning bolt. The sandwich. 84. I don't know where I am now. The ashtray. There was a hint earlier. It's saying it's supposed to look flat, even though it's not flat. It looks one-dimensional while you're on it, but there are connections. There are ups and downs and turnarounds everywhere. Trowel. The ashtray. The record. Oh, this one really is a loop. That's where I got on, wasn't it? The ashtray, but I can't turn back around. The record. Alright, let's take shifts. Z. You almost went off the road for a second there. Can I take over? I thought you already did. Yeah, man, it's a good idea. I see nothing but the ashtray. The crystal. Okay, is there a turnaround? We're supposed to turn around at the crystal. There it is. There's the turnaround. I definitely saw it. You saw it too, right? I'm not hallucinating. There. Pipe organ. That's good. Staircase. Projector. Unless I go back to the pipe organ. Maybe that's where I was supposed to stop. Because I'm looking for a cathedral. Wait, now it's a TV. Oh, because it went the opposite direction. A C note. A pipe organ. Let's see. Can we stop here? Rocket. The anchor. A bicycle. I don't remember a bicycle earlier, but okay. A feather. Maybe there was a bicycle and I just forgot. The wheelbarrow. The antlers. The scarecrow again. I saw you yawning. Here, let me drive. I don't know. When do we keep switching back? I'm fine. This time I'll insist on it. $81.92. Well, that's new. 8192, which is 2 to the 10, 11, 12, 13th power. Self-storage. Now this is different. I'm finally getting somewhere. Maybe I had to keep going till I was so exhausted to see the road, and then I'd find the new road. Who knows? St. Thomas Church. Well, there we go. Yeah, they said it was an old business. A self-storage place is actually a church. Is that it? Over there? I don't see any congregation. Maybe it's after hours. Let's see what the janitor knows, I guess. Alright, Mr. Janitor. Sup? Oh, here for the night mass? What kind of mass is it? Tonight it's a homily on work and need. Huh, haven't heard this one before. Are you the preacher? Oh, I'm the janitor. I guess this must look pretty strange, a church without a congregation. When they first moved in here, man, this place was packed. They had a mass every night, 2 on Sunday. It made me think of that crazy preacher in Half-Life 2 who referred to the zombies as his congregation. But it got a bit awkward to fit everyone in, and the numbers quickly dwindled. Once folks started to see it as a thing that was falling apart, they lost their gravity and just started wobbling. The church is the people, not the building. Come on. Then the preacher stopped coming too, but he left his old tapes. Same with the organist. And I found some old acetates in the Bureau Archive, photos of people in churches, so I kept it running. You do what you have to, right? So he's running the solo church? Wow, we've all got a job. Work is play for mortal stakes. That's the title of the evening's homily, in fact. So I guess if you folks aren't here for the mass, you must be looking for the old bureau records. I'm moving down to unit C315 to make room for the mass. It's down the other end of the building, same floor. Need to get the nightmaster up. You can borrow my keys. I'll go. You wait here. Rest your leg. You're looking kind of pale. Right, C315. Nice lady. Well, I'd better get this running. Brandon presses play on an old tape machine. Conway listens to the homily. There are many days on which we proclaim the value of labor and celebrate the piety of the hard-working through feast or abstinence, recognizing Saint Joseph the Worker, who was the foster father to our Lord Jesus, and who trained him in carpentry and the merit of sweat. And this is one such day. I wonder where this is. On this day we celebrate with the feast of Saint Joseph the Worker, and on this day other workers are also celebrating. Workers who do not attend Mass, or even one like it. Even workers who do not attend a church at all, but who toil with clarity, with dedication, with perspicacity, who do as we do here in our church, inasmuch as they reflect the activity of God. As we do, they cultivate the earth, and at sundown they call the fruit of their labor very good. My leg is killing me. I bet everyone's telling you to go see a doctor. Hey, I get it, too expensive. My dad cut his arm pretty bad on a job, but he stitched himself back up because we didn't have health insurance. But then his hand didn't work very well, and he got pretty depressed. Eventually, he just sort of, well, I guess I don't know what he should have done. Who knows, right? Conway listens to the homily. So just as there is no dignity without sacrifice, there is no vocation without avocation. Just as the left eye perceives that which is to the left, and the right eye perceives that which is to the right. And these images are summed, differentiated, and incorporated, and we find in our minds an afterimage of divine light. Only where love and need are one, and the work is play for mortal stakes, is the deed ever really done for heaven and the future's sakes. Does that rhyme? Oh, it does rhyme. Vocation, avocation. It's undifferentiated and... well, there's a little bit of rhyming. Okay, that's it. Next, there's some rituals that you and I aren't allowed to participate in, I don't think. And I'll remember them anyway. I got it. We were just talking about work and hobbies. What? I found what we came here to get. File on the street name changes. You don't look good. Let's head back to Bureau and get this straightened out. And then maybe we should go see that doctor the clerk recommended. Go see Dr. Feelgood. Is there anything over here, I wonder? Alright, we'll exit. Random Access Self-Storage, or RAS. Excuse me. Jesus, are you alright? What the hell? My leg is stuck. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna pull you out. We have to get you out of here. There you go. Okay, are you hurt? Can you put a weight on that leg? It's all messed up. Here, let's get you onto the tram. There you go. Now let's see if this thing has power. Wait a minute. That was a flashback, I think. Hey, old man, look at me. Can you hear me? What happened? I don't know. He collapsed. I think he blacked out. He was minding about the old mine for a minute. The old mine where we met. I think I need to see that doctor. Yes, you do. She hands Brandon the doctor's card. How do we get to this address from here? I don't know. It's pretty tricky going back and forth between, you know, here and there. The Bureau's the only way I know. Some of those folks do it all the time. Commuters. Just go back the way you came. Find the crystal and then turn around. Oh yeah, sure. Let's see about this. We can probably get some coffee around. Never mind, I'll take over. Yes, take over. Man, I've told her like 4 times to take over, but then every time I get back and... oh, here we are. Act 2, Scene 7. Bureau of Reclaimed Spaces. crab wearing? Wearing a can of spray adhesive. Mary Ann. Back so soon? We need to get to the Interstate 65. Or should we talk to the clerk first? I asked about her. I'm afraid she left. In a big hurry, actually. Something happened with your meeting? We need to get to the Interstate 65. Bula filed your papers, so you're in our system now. I can process you whenever you're ready to go back. Just let me know. We got a few more things to see down here, I'd say. Okay. Yeah, I've seen that before. All that plastic radio. Let's see. I'll go to the clerk's offices, see if anyone's there of relevance. Looks like she's still there. Maybe she shares her desk. Yeah, I guess so, because... Yeah. Let's hit the record player again. I don't actually do anything to it. I just touch it and it changes the music. Oh, I guess it's skip. Oh, I guess the idea is it's skipping, and I put it back on the right track because he's too busy to get up and change it. Let's see. All right, let's go to the 4th floor. All right. I don't think there's anything here. I think everything else is the same. I don't know. I feel like every time I wonder, like, is anything different? Do I have to go through and double check everywhere? And it's all the same, and yet, what if it's not? Check out with the bears. Hello, my fellow bears. I'm sure you're wondering why I've called this meeting. Yeah. Well, that was just Elizabeth addressing a room full of bears. Tokyo says XD to that. I'll go check, see if the organist is here, and if not that, then I think I'm done with this place. My facial twitches, probably anyone watching this thinks it's really awkward how my face keeps dancing around like, just one of my things. Sometimes it acts up. Not like, I don't know, just sort of OCD thing. Just feel the need to move my face in all different arrangements, and now that I'm thinking about it, it's going to be even worse, so. This crab is wearing 4 smaller crabs of the shell. Yep, same crabs. Alright, Marianne, tell me where we're going. I can press you whenever you're ready to go back, just let me know. Alright, I think we're ready to be processed. Hands receptionist Lula's card. Can you tell us how to get to this address? We're looking for Dr. Truman. Of course, this is a neighborhood just outside of Bowling Green. Get on 65 going southwest. Take a right just past the observatory, just before the river. Okay. If you continue north, we'll be there shortly. Okay. Go southwest, turn right just past the observatory, and go north. Between the observatory and the river. Okay. Southwest. Marquez farmhouse again? Farmhouse is silent and empty. The barn is still gone. So is the cave. A few horses graze in an empty field. Alright. Southwest. Equus Oils. This is where the game started. Joseph Vaughn asleep in his chair. Alright. Looking for an observatory, but not a river. There's the observatory. The dotted line must be the river, so I go this way. Plum Springs. Dr. Truman's house, question mark? Again, I am suspect of the doctor who has his hours in the middle of the night at this mysterious place. The neighborhood at the address on Lula's card has been demolished, and it's placed a large museum, still partially under construction. Okay, we'll go in the museum then. Act 2, Scene 8. Museum of Dwellings. Blue. Oh yeah, he was talking to his dog. Guy was a weirdo. Doesn't seem that weird. You didn't see the guy. Tall, kind of stooped over, limping bad. Looked like an old drunk if you ask me. I bet they were both drunks, breaking here looking for a place to sleep it off. I just feel bad for an old dog getting dragged all over by a couple of drunks. Old dog like that should be sleeping on a porch somewhere. And that's loyalty for you. Well, they didn't stay long anyway. I heard the man and the lady talking when they first came in, but they didn't see me. What were they talking about? The man said his leg was hurting him. They were looking for Dr. Truman, but he was already gone. But they didn't know, so they kept looking around. Let's see what this is. I just assumed they were from the power company. You know how they're always coming by unannounced and messing with this or that? I just shut myself up in my room to wait it out. No sense getting involved. How did they get in? Must have been one of the kids who left the front door unlocked. Something's got to be done. They run around like animals. You know that. Flora left a can of soda on top of my shelter door and I almost killed myself slipping on that sticky mess the next morning. Something's got to be done. Umbrella, dude. Open an umbrella in the museum, okay? Is this bad luck? Nothing here as far as I can tell. Close the umbrella. Oh shoot, we're rotating. There's a tent. Can't really see that tent. Okay. They were hollering at that empty tent you folks have on display. Ha! Hey, ever need anyone to stay in there? I've been in worse positions. Not sure what function the umbrella has, if any. I guess they must have gone through some papers here. It was in some disarray and a few folders were pulled out and left on the table. I mean, it wasn't too bad. All I know is because Diana's such a stickler. She's real organized, I mean. Was anything missing? Nope. They pulled out a list of the folks who didn't take the offer. Folks who moved elsewhere, but they filled that back out of order. Filed that back out of order, so I guess they didn't find what they were looking for there. So yeah, well, heavy here. Work kind of slowed down. It seems like, I know you folks know what you're doing, but it seems like the residents are just kind of settling in. That's the idea. Yeah, I get that. Just, how about the roof, huh? You just rise the check, we'll finish it right up. I know you've got this museum thing going on, but you don't want to be slumlords now. Okay, so people are living in the museum? Is this where where we're going with this? Alright, looks like there's nothing over here. Oh no, there we go. Rotates. Already saw this side. Dear, what is this? I was playing at that empty cabin and they came by. They asked about Dr. Truman. I know where he went, but I didn't tell them. Did you talk about anything else? The lady asked me about my parents, and I told them they were upstairs in the greenhouse. Do you want to hear a weird story? Of course I do. The old man asked me about the cabin. He said it looked like another house he knew, and he wanted to know where it came from. I told him nobody lived there, so he went inside. He took a long time exploring. When he came out, he told me all about it. Where was the other house he knew? I don't remember. He seemed sad. Was it a place where something sad happened? Yeah, I remember. He woke up there one morning and he didn't know where he was. He was alone. He waited all day for someone to come and tell him why he was there, but nobody did, so he left at sundown. He went upstairs and he also looked in the other rooms. I played with the dog. What did he do upstairs? He looked in some boxes. He looked out the window. He could see the museum better than when he was downstairs. Could tell how it was all put together, and the cabin too. Could see the shape of it better from up there. Now the part that is weird. He said he went into the basement. That cabin doesn't have a basement. He said he found a secret door in the floor. Then he found a rope leading down a long pit and he climbed down. The walls were covered in a glowing moss. He used the light of the moss to find a lake at the bottom of the pit. The water swept him around until he didn't know where he was, and finally he fell asleep in the water. He woke up on the floor of the cabin. He came back outside and we said goodbye and I didn't talk to them anymore. It's a doghouse. That dog was in nearly as bad shape as the old man, just sort of shrugging along. They found some treats in the doghouse exhibit. That seemed to cheer them up a bit. I think you need to get some real horses in the stable. Did the strangers go in the stable? No, they just poked around a bit and talked about barns. They were pretty boring. What's this? Oh, there's a person there. Sure, I talked to him for a bit. Actually, we talked for quite a while. I wasn't busy. I was happy for the company. Can't sleep a storm like that. I never could. What did you talk about? I had a bottle in my coat, and I could see the old guy looking at it, and his leg was hurt pretty bad, so I offered him some. He got real awkward about it. I bet he's in a program. Anyway, they were asking about Dr. Truman. I remember him. He was here for a bit, and then he left. So that's what I told them. So, is she even a real person or just a wax figure? I mean, this is a museum, so who knows? Might I open the umbrella? I didn't mean to open the umbrella. Just meant to click on the ground. Yeah. Oh. Could be some weird puzzles here involving an umbrella. I don't know. There's that kid looking at me. I don't know. That's weird. The kid's creepy. gonna hold on this shot for a minute because it's just beautiful. Excuse me. Seems like I've been everywhere. I don't think I've been in this cabin over here on the left, so maybe. So it's interesting. So I guess the idea here is that the museum closed down, and so they started using the space to rent out to homeless people. Do you know, at first I thought it might be Hudson walking up to visit. Hudson, where are you? No, wrong Hudson. I heard him working on his boat just a bit earlier before the storm started. But then I saw the stranger's limping gait and the young woman with him, and I knew it couldn't be. I invited them for a glass of bourbon, which they politely declined. So I just talked to them on the porch for a bit. Well, here she is. Hudson is a cat, by the way, for those who aren't familiar. And she just walked over. Anyway. Right. What was the stranger like? He was in a bad way. He seemed confused. He was asking about a basketball game. I thought he might be joking. After all, it's not the season. Yeah, plus we can't gather in crowds anymore. It made his friend uncomfortable, and she changed the subject. She asked about my house. Do you know, I don't believe either of them had ever set foot on a houseboat before. I don't know that the older man had ever seen an ocean, in fact. It has always been my fondest dream to retire on a houseboat. That's why I accepted your offer and moved in here. It isn't perfect, what home ever is. I only wish the house would sway a bit. I find that it settles my nerves. Well, if we have another storm like that last one. Here's Hudson. Just want to say hi. She heard her name. Because I saw it in the game. Alright, now what? Oh, a lift, elevator, construction thing, whatever. Come on, Blue. Old Blue. Umbrella here. Whoa, shoot. Whew, little jump scare there. We were working in the greenhouse and I saw them come up in the elevator. They were lost, obviously. It was obvious. Flying around in the... Well, of course I saw them look at that odd-shaped building. Sure, the rounded metal one. Yeah, that one. House of the future sort of thing. I've always thought it looked more like a grain bin. Actually, I guess it's sort of romantic. Anyway, they seemed interested in it. Tired, huddling under their umbrellas, they still stopped to examine this strange building. That bird is creeping me out. Difficult to see or to hear stone like that. But I was awake and alert, studying the week's forecast. Should even out shortly, I'd say. You pay close attention to the weather. Hard not to up here. The strangers want to know how I coped with the exposure. I guess some people never understand the appeal of life on a sailboat. It's tragic, I'd say. Well, then they had to leave. Looking for a doctor, I think. The old man was having a bad time. It was a short conversation. See, up till now, I didn't realize my character was supposed to be an old man, but everyone's calling him that, so... Flora was playing down a lower level, and we'd been having a glass of wine in the greenhouse. We ducked out of the way when he came in. After all, they were complete strangers. We didn't know them. Did you overhear them talking? Well, I heard the young woman ask a friend about his job. Some kind of furniture collector or dealer, I think? Didn't sound like things were going well. Maybe they're here looking for a buyer. Yes, definitely some kind of furniture collector or dealer. I heard him talk about antiques. Ezra. I saw you folks drive up. I like your truck. What kind of truck is that? Do you know where Dr. Truman is? Yes, ma'am. He's out in the forest. Me and Julian took him out there a few nights ago, and he didn't want to come back.